Hello, YouTube. I'm your host, Mecca Matt. And today, I wanted to talk about the crap storm that's happening in Ottawa. But first, a few things I wanted to say. First of all, I bought one of these spitballs, so hopefully my voice would sound better. I just realized how weird spitball sounds. And also, if you get a glimpse of what's happening down here, I dislocated my shoulder a few minutes ago, and I'm on a lot of morphine. It hurts, but I just need to talk about what's going on in Ottawa because that hurts me even more. So, you know what happened today? They traded that guy, Mike Hoffman. And first of all, they traded him to the San Jose Sharks. And I'm here thinking, okay, well, they signed Evander Kane. He's a scoring winger. Hey, they just got another scoring winger. How many scoring wingers are they going to get? They're growing on trees in San Jose. Only for me to find out that a few hours later, he's flipped over to the Florida Panthers. So what went on behind this deal? Well, it's obvious to me as I scratch my nose. The Florida GM and the San Jose GM, they were in cahoots. They talked to each other, and I don't think Ottawa wanted to directly trade Hoffman to a division rival. So what happened is that Florida and San Jose being in cahoots, well, he went to Florida. He went to San Jose, and then he was flipped off to Florida. And I have the details here. Give me a second. Oh. So what San Jose gets in return, they get Hoffman in a 7th. And Ottawa gets Michael Bodker, Julius Bergman, and a 6th-round pick. So as I said, a few hours later, he was flipped to the Panthers. They get Mike Hoffman in the 7th. And what the San Jose Shark gets is the 2nd-round pick, the 4th-round pick, and the 5th-round pick. And most importantly, more cap space to sign a certain person that I won't tell you who it is, but his name rhymes with Shmon Shmaveris. Okay? Few things that I want to talk about. Okay, and this is coming from the guy who thought that the Galchenyuk trade, the Montreal Canadiens got nothing in return. Well, Ottawa gets Michael Bodker, Julius Bergman, and a 6th-round pick. In other words, they get a bag of socks. I don't see anything appealing here. But on that same coin, what exactly were you expecting? The Ottawa Senators had a cancer in their locker room. And I'm not gonna talk about the whole Hoffman Carlson situation. I don't know the stuff behind it. I'm not gonna blame one guy or the other, but there was a problem, suffice to say, in Ottawa. So they got rid of a problem. No team is gonna pay the moon to receive a problem. So you don't pay the moon, you pay a Michael Bodker, who had a very disappointing season, I might add. And if you check the net loss of points between Hoffman and Bodker, you get 19 points, which isn't that bad, but Bodker won't figure prominently into any of the future plans of Ottawa. Now back to San Jose. What they get to flip Hoffman to the Florida Panthers, they get a 2nd, a 4th, and a 5th. It's not much either. But I've seen a lot of 2nd-round picks pan out. You can hit gold. A PK Subban was a 2nd-round pick. Duncan Keith. What's his name? Duncan Keith. He's a 2nd-round pick, I believe. You can hit gold in the 2nd round. It's not for sure. But imagine if the San Jose Sharks strike gold, and on top they make cap space to receive John Tavares. Hey, I'm scared of the Sharks. And I'm not just talking about real sharks. I'm talking about the actual San Jose Sharks. Okay? Now back to Ottawa. What does this mean for the future? Can the Senators bounce back after this season? Unfortunately, I think that what we saw this year with the Senators, it's indicative of... Dad, I'm making a video. It's okay. Here at Marconi's Regrets, I don't cut anything out. So my dad interrupted me. This is authentic. I don't do jump cuts. You get the real thing. I give the real things to my fan. This is authentic. So what I was talking about, what's next for the Senators? I think that what happened this year is very representative of what's going to go on for the next couple of years. I think that they need a rebuild. And being in that rebuild mode, that Matt Duchene trade looks worse every day. And I like Ottawa. You know, I think ever since they got rid of the bug-eyed walrus, they're a decent team. And they're close to home. And I might be the only one that doesn't want them to move to Quebec. They just need a different arena because that arena sucks. It's off the edge of the highway. And if you go to an Ottawa Senators game, FYI, make sure you're there at least an hour in advance because you're going to hit traffic, my friend. But as I was saying, I think that if you're an Ottawa fan, get ready for years of pain and suffering. And I know pain and suffering. I've seen the movie Suicide Squad in theaters. There's no pain such as that. Unless you have Pete Chiarelli as a GM, but that's another story for another day, for another video. Oh. And also, as we all know, since there was a problem between Hoffman and Carlson, does that mean now that Hoffman is gone, then it's safe to say that Carlson stays in Ottawa? We don't know. I don't know. And I don't think so, as a matter of fact. I feel bad for the Carlson man. He went through a lot this year. His son died. He got harassed by, apparently, allegedly. I understand. Not guilty and proven guilty. I understand. But this whole situation, confronting Hoffman in the parking lot, it's a miserable season. And Carlson can decide, look, I'm going to turn the page. I'm going to have another year with Ottawa, and it's going to be different. Or he might say, look, all I associate with this city is pain and trouble. And Mike Hoffman's girlfriend. I want out. I'm going to go to Vegas. Okay? By the way, if he goes to Vegas, he could become a street performer and an impersonator of Jack Sparrow. He has a very Jack Sparrow-ish look. Or a very girly Jack White. That's what I think of Carlson, of how he looks. He's a good-looking guy, don't get me wrong. But I'm not here to talk about looks. I'm here to talk about hockey. Okay? Ever since I was young and we had some family event, I would plant in front of the TV and watch hockey. And it's not so much because I liked hockey, but because I hate my family. And that's a joke. I don't hate my family. But imagine if Carlson did indeed get traded to the Vegas Golden Knight. We know they have the cap space. That's not going to be a problem. And they have the cap space to sign another big fish on top of Carlson. It could be Tavares. It could be, I don't know, it could be Stastny. That's a scary team. Or maybe, if you're the GM of Vegas, you might think, my team had a good year. I don't want to break any of the chemistry. Because they paid tooth and nail to get, what's his face? Thomas Tatter. Hey, he barely played. He was benched a lot of the playoffs, which is very honorable, by the way. Most coaches would feel the need to play the players that just got traded to them to make their GMs look good. I admire Vegas and that they said, look, Tartar, you suck. Your sauce sucks. You're not playing today. And hey, I admire that. So I hope this touched more about the whole Ottawa situation. I hope that you enjoyed this video. There's going to be obviously more coming in the future. Perhaps the NHL awards. Perhaps the NHL draft. Please like, please subscribe. I'm Mecca Matt, and I'm signing off.